This started in 2002. There's a restaurant in Bangkok which is called Eat Me. So I Eat You Eat Me was performed the first time in the Eat Me restaurant. And it was kind of fancy restaurant. So we had like four of these hanging tables in between the fancy tables. So when people arrived, I just asked them if they're willing to join this performance or not. And then I made a deal with a cook. So they get a free dinner. Yeah, so the first time was in Bangkok, and then the second time was in Jakarta, and then the third time I did it in Sweden, and then the fourth time in a restaurant in Yogyakarta. This idea is actually just very simple. I just try to create a very intimate situation with the idea that you try to get into the skin of the other. So not start from your own taste, but to think about the taste of the other. They also have to order the food for the other. So not think about what you like yourself, but what the other person likes. Instead of eating your own food, you feed the other. So it's also very intimate actually. You have to open your mouth for the other, and the other has to think about the rhythm of your eating.
When you were done drinking, you would put your finger up to be like, stop.
Yeah.
But then after a while, we sort of got to where you didn't need to do that because you could sort of tell by the way they were like moving their head.
You could tell how long it would take for the other person to chew the bite based on the size of the bite after a bit.
So it's very intimate. The bib is hanging a lot from your neck, and then it goes into a table to the neck of the other. So it's all about the balance as well. So you cannot be very aggressive. You have to sit quite still because otherwise also the food is going to move around.
Some of us were eating more quickly than others, and yet we all had to sort of go at the same pace because we were stuck at the table for the same amount of time.
And I think it's very important always to be connected in a small group. So I hope through this kind of being connected with the six of them, that they also feel connected and that they want to exchange not only the food but also to exchange ideas.
Because when you have that connection of like feeding the other person, you're not gonna not talk to them.
Simultaneously with the exhibition in Chicago, I want to do a same performance also in Yogyakarta. I'm going to do the six-table performance in the same restaurant that I did the other performance like 3 years ago. This is a place where there's students, but there are also travelers, musicians, artists, everybody comes there. So I think it's an interesting mix of people who always come to there. Food is very important in Indonesia because it's often used also to make all kinds of situations more flexible. It's one of the biggest Muslim countries in the world, and people don't drink alcohol. So food is connected also with the hospitality of people here. Instead of being provocative, I think it's more interesting to create a situation in where you kind of attract people to do something and then open questions.